Hey everybody, this is Joe. I'm here in Houston in zone 9B, and it is the second week of May, and I have got so many things, pretty new things, starting to bloom that I couldn't stop myself from making yet another video. This one will not be a long one, but I wanted to show you some new things. I've gotten a lot of questions about my carrots, and they're making me so happy. These are just grocery store carrots that I plant in the fall or even the winter. And as soon as it gets hot, they'll poop out. Look, they're just a landing pad for lizards. Look at him right there. Isn't that fun? I wanted to show you, this is bananas. This thing right here, that's one stalk, right? That one thing. Isn't it bonkers? That just makes me so happy. It's so fun. And then I've got Salvia Amonte here, so pretty. And I'll cut this down several times during the year. It will kind of have a big flush, and then like before I go on vacation this summer, I will cut it down. And by the time I get back, it'll sort of be ready for a new flush. This is Excellence von Schubert, which is still blooming here and there. And what a great rose. And back in here, some beautiful cone flowers coming up. Verbena bonariensis. And then this is just, this is garlic chives. And it's just getting ready to pop. Look, it's gonna have a bunch of little white flowers. There's our first one. And so that's looking cute. The other thing that's amazing right now back here is this black and blue salvia. And it is incredible right now. I love it. And this is another thing. I will cut this down in the middle of the summer. It looks pretty ratty. And then I will promptly go on vacation. And then it will be ready to sort of come back out in a couple of weeks. Okay, this is Amy. And this is the variety called Dara, which is this sort of maroonish pink. And this may be the only one I get this year that blooms self-seeded. And goodness, look at that. Isn't that incredible? I just love that so much. And you can tell this is in the carrot family, right? Very similar. And I'm climbing back here because I want to show you these roses. This is Caldwell pink. And I think it looks really sweet next to this black and blue salvia. I think that's a neat combination. And then this big tall stuff here, that is rattlesnake master. That's a native plant. And this is my second year with it, really. And it's looking nice. I'm pretty happy with that. I still got some larkspur going down here. And of course, my fennel, which I have growing for eastern black swallowtail butterfly caterpillars. Oh, there's our friend Buttercup. Say hi, Butters. Say hi, everybody. What a good boy. I finally had to take one in. I left town for like 2 days, and I came back and all my eastern black swallowtail caterpillars were gone except one. So he's in my kitchen right now because I just was tired of these little lizards. Look, there's the culprit right there. There you are. We all see you. Yes, he lives in here. Naughty baby. And then this is Minoan lace, still looking so beautiful. And here is Powwow wild berry echinacea, just a little shorter. And then look at the Nepeta, we don't know. It's catmint, and it is really happy here. Look how beautiful. My first daylily has come out today, and I think I'm gonna have more daylilies than I have ever had in my life. This is crazy, the amount of bloom stalks on this thing. And then boy, look at this Minoan lace. Just so pretty. Pretty. Nearly Wild is looking so pretty. The sun has come out It was nice and cloudy when I started this video, and now the sun is out, so I'm afraid some colors will be washed out. Sorry about that. Here is that massive Mexican hat, which I'm in love with. And then look down here, the Stokes aster. This is native Texas, and it has finally, that's its first bloom. So cool. And I still have little volunteer Johnny Jump Ups that are still going. I finally, except for this one bluebonnet, I'm waiting, so ignore that. Waiting for that for its seeds to dry out. I finally got everything out of here, and I weeded it and raked it and blew the leaves off. And now I'm like, oh, it looks really pretty and tidy, so that makes me happy. Here's the last really pretty bluebonnet, and even it is definitely on its way out. And then some white swan cone flowers, and then this is I think it's threadleaf coreopsis. I remember the variety name is moonbeam, but I think it's threadleaf coreopsis. And then look at this. I love Souvenir de Saint Anne so much. Look how wonderful. And then I've got this sort of swath of purple in here. That is all Mystic Spires salvia. And then right in the middle, back there, is the biggest carrot flower I have ever seen. And I'm kind of wondering, now that I look here, I was back here yesterday, I'm wondering if that right there is another Amidara. It has the right foliage. And then look at that massive carrot flower. And then there's another Ami that will be white right there. And also some really, really pretty cone flowers back there, super big and pretty. Two more kinds of coreopsis. This is Plains coreopsis here, volunteered. I did not plant this. And this is Lanceleaf coreopsis here. My incredible Texas rock rose is already closed up for the day. And then, oh, look back here. This is Crocosmia. I couldn't think of the name of this the other day. And now I have a flower. That is Crocosmia, which is so incredible. I leave it, even though it's orange. I leave it in. And then I think I bought, this is a Salvia farinacea. That's supposed to be like 3 feet tall, and it's not. I think I bought it was mismarked. And so I think I bought the wrong kind. And look at the sweet little Blackfoot daisies. And this big fat Cleome. That's the best looking one, I think. Back here. All the little zinnias popping up. I love this sort of little color combination. Hot pinks and all the way to white. Okay, here's the headline. This is that Peter's Purple Monarda. Look at that. Get you a close up. Isn't that amazing? Now this just blooms for me once. It blooms in the spring, and this is it. It looks terrible the rest of the year, and I kind of cut it down. But this is worth it right here. Now my only design comment on here would be that from afar, my amazing Verbena bonariensis right here is getting drowned out as far as visually. And so I feel like with that pale purple mixed in, the Peter's Purple Monarda is not getting its fair share of attention, because this is the same sort of height and a similar enough color that they're sort of becoming this little soup. Now it's beautiful, but if I could take one of these and move it so that they were further apart, so that you got a big bang for your buck of the Verbena bonariensis, and then got another bang for your buck, 10 feet away of this Monarda, I think that would be better. But I'm not digging up either one. So this is the way nature intended, apparently. Here are some of those pretty, there's a close-up of the Mystic Spires salvia. If I can get it in focus. Wonderful wine cups. So cute. And then this is Clotilde Super, which is just putting up a few little flowers. But another wonderful coneflower back here. And then this is another carrot. Look how big that is. Another carrot just starting to bloom. It's still green. And then I'll show you through here. This is Rockwell Sesquicentennial, which has looked better this year than it has ever looked. I'm so happy with it. My wonderful grass. And then there's another carrot. So much fun, y'all. I've got a gomphrena. This is a gomphrena, but this one is a different variety, and it's a much sort of more raspberry pink. And I'm hoping that'll fill this space in nicely. And then I've got another cleome getting ready to bloom. And then look at this, y'all. This is Gulf Vervain. That's a native verbena. Isn't that sweet? And then the wonderful, this is Salvia leucantha, but it's got this little Euphorbia diamond frost growing up between it. That stuff will take over. You have to kind of be careful. And then another pretty thing blooming. Well, let's see. Is this purple hyacinth bean vine. And I'm back around. There's a sweet cleome. And all of this, I do love this combination. This is an amazing combination. But I think it would have more bang if that was further away from it. A Monty again. And then here's more carrots. Now they will flop. I have little props holding them up a little bit back here. It got very windy last week and just about blew the garden over. And so I had to sort of protect some things from themselves. And I think this is my new Excellence von Schubert. All of this new growth. This is the old this is, I think, the old bush. That's this huge piece. So this one is a little bit further behind. I think that's all going to be pretty new flowers pretty soon. And then this massive thing, Salvia madrensis, will bloom for us in the fall. I'm trying it two ways. It kind of laid down flat on me last year, just sort of my first year, maybe my second with it. This one is unsupported. This one, I just had this like kind of behind the garage. And so I have pinched the middle out of every stalk, right, I don't know if you can see, right in there. So now I have two stalks, and I'm letting this one kind of grow up into this this support, mostly because I had it, but just to see would it do better. Is that one, the question is, will that one lay down and kind of poop out? Salvia uliginosa, look how much. So great. Oh, I hadn't even, you can tell, it's always funny on these, I discover things. That is a big heritage penta that I didn't realize had come back. I kind of thought that was lost. And then, oh, I walk right past it. This massive ocean is Salvia amistad. And it's so huge. It is so huge. That stand's probably been there 5 or 6 years now. Four o'clock's back here. Look at the oak leaf hydrangea. So creamy and perfect. this ivy geranium is getting ready to go all over again. All over, all over. Look, I finally got some native milkweed blooming. Yay! And this is sort of the best this has looked. This is the society garlic, which it never likes me. And it's looking pretty okay. It's got a lot of flowers on it. Oh, caladium, y'all. I couldn't think of caladium on my last video. Caladium. And then my incredible penta. I'm loving that penta. Oh, I'm going to take you to the Turk's cap. Let me walk around. Finally have a Turk's cap blooming back here. I have a lot of them actually. And it looks like this is the American Beautyberry. And look, it's just getting little tiny buds on it. Kind of muddy back here. We've had some rain. That is Turk's cap. Isn't that cool? And I have seen a hummingbird out here. I'm hoping it found the Turk's cap. They like Turk's cap and they also like the 4 o'clocks. And look at the begonias. Look at that. Goodness. Love it. Love it when the begonias start to go crazy. There's our little man again. Hi, buddy. More incredible begonias here and here. And our little bargain basement ivy geranium is looking so pretty. And then this guy, all new. Look how many new buds there are on that. And then the little freesia has bloomed. I thought they weren't going to. They're tiniest, they're the tiniest little bulbs, and they bloom really nicely. They've come up every year. And I finally sort of dug some up and broke them up and put little bits of them and sprinkled them around. And I think I'll do that again. Thanks for going on a little walk with me. Say goodnight, Buttercup. Thanks everybody for watching, and thanks for all of the sweet comments. And I can't wait to hear what's going on in your gardens. Take care. Bye-bye.